Looking for the right answers to hard and sometimes confusing global events? Look no further. SSM's team brings unique perspectives from across the globe. Our in-depth independent reporting is to make you better understand the world as we evolve.
A year ago, I wrote a book titled The Final Solution, and I was trying to say to the rest of the world that there are challenges ahead. Now, a prophecy did come, and that prophecy is coming to pass. But I'm telling you, the final solution has been found many years ago in the Bible, because the Bible simply says righteousness exalts a nation and sin is a reproach to the people. So I want you to know that you can get solutions to problems in Ukraine, in Russia, in Nigeria, indeed all parts of the world. We need that solution, and the solution is straightforward. Please get a copy of my book. It's the Final Solution by Bishop Schengen Johnson, and you can find it in Kindle, in Amazon. Just type Bishop Schengen Johnson, The Final Solution. It will come. It's very, very small book you can read within 2 hours, but it contains the final solution. Do get a copy. Not getting it is doing disservice to humanity. Don't forget the final solution.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerian soul are proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
This is how a garment factory looks like in China. If you travel there and you step into any of their factories, this is exactly what you will see. Hundreds of sewing machines, hundreds of Chinese youths off the street working hard, producing garments for the world, for Africa, and for Nigerian markets. For years, I've always asked myself, how come the Chinese can do this and we cannot? Now, how come the Indians and the Bangladesh people can figure this out, but we haven't been able to figure this in Africa? You see this factory? It's just like what you find in China. The only difference is that this factory is in Aba, and the people working here, they are Nigerians. Hundreds of Nigerian youths off the street. When we started this garment factory, our biggest fear was power, electricity. Because you know why? In China, they don't use generator to run their businesses. So I'm doing this video to say a big shout out and a big thank you to Aba Power for giving us 24 hours steady electricity. Last year when we were using generator, we were probably just doing like 10,000 clothes in a month. This year when they improved, we moved to like 15,000 clothes in 1 month. Now in October, with uninterrupted power supply, we've moved to 20,000 garments in 1 month. That's the secret. Thank you, Aba Power. Thank you, Governor Alex Oti. Omoke Kibo. Oga Dirigi na Mao.
In aviation, this is the London Gatwick Airport. Over 30 million people fly through its single runway annually, and it's owned by a Nigerian. In robotics, this is Apple's Mechamon, world first gaming robot sold exclusively by Apple. It was made by a Nigerian, Silas Adekunle. In leadership, the first African to lead the World Trade Organization as Director General. She's Nigerian. Africa's richest man and business tycoon Aliko Dangote is Nigerian. In sports, Victor Osimhen, the highest goal scoring African in Series A, and is currently leading the most goals scored by an African in a single season. He's a Niger boy. A two-time former unified world heavyweight champion, Anthony Oluwafemi Joshua. He's a Nigerian. In music, Rema holds the record for the most streams on Spotify by an African artist. He's Nigerian. In medicine, Dr. Oluyinka, he did an unquote impossible operation. He's Nigerian. In tech, Africa's most valuable fintech organization, Flutterwave, has an evaluation of over $3 billion and was founded by, of course, a Nigerian. In food, Hilda Basi of Nigeria holds the Guinness World Record for the longest cooking time, 93 hours 11 minutes. She's Nigerian. Let's make sure the narrative that comes out of a country is the best. The bad should not overwhelm the storytelling of the good, so it's our responsibility to shape and carry that.
In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa. Trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa.
Can you hear me? Good viewers around the world. This is the SSM Friday edition, International World Affairs. I'm here in the Milan studio. I'm here with Prof. Prof, can you hear me? Prof.
I had the YouTube on as well, so
okay.
I wasn't sure whether this is live today or this is
it's live.
Effects and
you're live there, Prof.
Okay. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you too?
Pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. That other day too, we come to give update. Prof, let's start with something you also sent me the link. What's the news about United States cutting foreign aid to Nigeria? What's happening? They say, yes, let's hear that take, Prof.
Well, the House of Rep just voted to cut aid to Nigeria because of, anybody that knows that has been following knows that Nigeria was declared a country of special interest or special concern. ICPC, I think that was the country of particular concern. That's the way it was classified late last year because of the killings going on, which was all the killings targeted at mostly Christians. So what happened yesterday was the U.S. Congress, the House of Reps, voted to cut aids, financial aid, support, all kinds of support to Nigeria because of what is going on there. Yeah, that was what that headline was. Which I'm sure, hopefully, doesn't come to anyone as a surprise because they all know that Riley has been pushing that to become a law, and so that's what is happening.
Okay, but there's something we need to put into perspective, Prof. It's not also only about the Christian community that are suffering from this insurgency, this religious riot. Muslims are also suffering. You know, these people go and they bomb mosques. Last early this year, there was that Borno State mosque bombing that killed many worshippers. So maybe we could help the United States government understand that both sides are suffering, not just Christians. But we know the Christians are having more impact. Is that not so?
Well, yeah, I think that is fair. That is fair that everybody, literally Muslim, atheists, you name it, everybody has been suffering this callous the killing that has been going on all across the country. I think what the Congress people are saying, what the Congress is saying, is that the amendment was really to withhold 100% of U.S. aid to Nigeria until its government stops the slaughter of Christians. So yes, everybody knows that everybody being killed is not just not Christians alone, but it turns out that most of the killings have been targeted at Christians. I think that is what that is all about. So yes, while we might argue that it's not just Christians that are being killed, which is true, but the statement, the amendment that passed the House, is to withhold AIDS, 100% of AIDS until. And the question was, American taxpayers should never bankroll governments that turn a blind eye while Christians are abducted, tortured, and murdered. Yeah, I mean, yes, that's essentially what that was. So we can argue on the semantics all we want.
Yes,
but the Congress is focusing on the, if you will, in order to get that to pass, it has to be crafted in a particular way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Doc. Good updates there. Thank you for that. It's vital we put that out. Viewers, you are tuned to this Friday edition of SSM International Affairs. I'm here with Professor Charles. Prof, there's also the talk. We're doing the international news first, then we go to the other news. There's a talk of United States limiting the length of visa for students and journalists, and mainly Nigerians too. Is that not too harsh? Is that not coming too strong? All of this, limiting visa stay, permit of stay, and all of that. Tell us, Prof. Did you hear that?
Well, I saw it come across the wires. I've not read the details, but I saw the headline, which says, if you're a student, the visa is going to be limited to 4 years. So obviously, if you come in to study for a particular degree, it should take about 4 years to complete that degree. I think that is the essence of that, which means I would imagine that people will get extensions as on particular cases. They might be getting exception to stay longer than that if they meet certain criteria. The reality is that people used to come and stay for the duration of their education. Once they are done, they leave. So I would imagine that I think any law-abiding citizen will keep to the terms of the contract that they got when they came. But things change, we know. And I think in general, that's a general, this is what it is, but there can be exceptions. So for example, somebody is coming to do their master's and doctorate, they may stay longer than 4 years. And so, but for, I would imagine in instances like that, they get extension.
Yes. But Prof, I know you're on that side, but when there are these strict foreign policy laws, don't we also reciprocate with our own harsh law to that same country? I mean, to be fair enough, we're all human. What do you say? I mean, Nigeria too could bring those laws too.
Yeah, that sounds like tit for tat kind of thing. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I think that every nation has every nation can have a policy they feel that is best for them, and and I don't think that if it's in the interest of the country, in the interest of their national security, in the interest of sovereignty of that nation, and so really, I think we cannot legislate to any particular nation how to govern their country or what laws to make. And so in this context, I think that what people have recommended, the people in policymakers, is to say this is what it's going to be. I'm not too sure that retaliation is the right approach. I think I believe otherwise it will be, again, we just said tit for tat, and then it's almost chaos. However, I think nations can make rules and policies they deem fit for their particular countries.
Thank you very much. So, viewers, we are discussing America and some new developments from that end. The U.S. House of Representatives, like Professor told us, has passed a fiscal bill that will restrict, that will cut foreign assistance to Nigeria over alleged targeted violence against Christians and vulnerable people. That bill, they say, contains a provision that will withhold all those foreign assistance and until Nigeria can certify that every Nigerian is safe and the government can take adequate steps to protect Christians from this violence. So that's a good update there. Prof, thank you very much. Prof, let's move down to...
Thank you, Mercy.
Yes, let's move down to some other critical issues also coming out from Nigeria. The NBA, that's Nigerian Bar Association, will be having its poll tomorrow. Tomorrow, they'll be picking up new leaders that will be leading the NBA. And we know the NBA, that's an integral part of our legal system. So, but it looks like there are interferences, Prof. There are interferences. Tomorrow is the election, but we're hearing of some strange interferences from different corners. Last week, one of the men trying to contest was arrested. They released him anyway. And we're also hearing that APC government looks like they are interfering with the leadership. But before we go on, let's bring in big man from Toronto, Canada. And who's that man? Who's the man?
Sir George.
Who's that man? Oh, dear. Sir George, your voice is echoing. The microphone needs to be checked.
He just came in from the chamber.
Chamber, okay. Do check the microphone. So, Prof, let's talk about that while George checks on his microphone.
Okay.
At the NBA, you have friends there too before. I see Odisa and all the men there. Now, the NBA will be having its election tomorrow, and the government, some people are saying that there's interference. What will you say? Have you studied that? Do you have any info on that?
No, I have not looked at what is going on there. Trying to keep up with what is going on here.
Okay.
No, I don't have
any updates.
Context. Yeah.
Okay, let's hear Sir George. Sir George, can you speak now? Let's hear you, big man. Okay. Also joining us from Lagos, Nigeria, I think she'll also be in a better position to give us more, is BD Nana, our coordinator from Lagos. BD Nana.
Hi, Miss BD.
Miss BD, how are you?
I'm fine. Good morning, Prof. Good morning, Sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm pleased to be here today. Our viewers all around the world.
Yes, BD. BD, you're coming right on time. We just finished a little of the American update. Tell us, interference with the NBA. The NBA election is tomorrow, but we're hearing that some strange things are happening, and we know how important that election tomorrow will be for the Nigerian Bar Association. What do you have on that? Interferences from different arms. We heard somebody was arrested. One of the contestants was arrested during the week. And Atiku, the presidential candidate of ADC, is also alleging that Tinubu's government is interfering. So let's hear what those interferences are. BD, you have that story? Hello, BD. Okay, I think she's BD. You can hear? Can you hear us? Oh dear. Okay. Okay, now we can hear you. Go ahead. Sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
it's okay.
Didi.
Good morning. Yeah, yeah, it's actually hot here in Nigeria. It's really hot. So, a lot of Nigerians will say that the present administration have already bought the judiciary. We've seen what has been happening in the past few years. Just last month, we talked about how they build mansions for our judges, and that is a clear indication of buying them over for the 2027 election. And today, Atiku has alleged Tinubu interference in NBA pool, said it signals plan to rig 2027 election, and a lot of Nigerians are saying it's true. So uh, it's a clear thing, but in this part of Nigeria, we always want to be diplomatic in saying things. And I've always said it. Whenever you want to be diplomatic, it means you're lying. For me, diplomacy is lying. And that's exactly what Nigerians are doing. So what Nigerians are saying now, or what Atiku has pointed out, it's just the truth. The present administration are doing everything to make sure their own person sits as the NBA chairman. And you know what that means? It means that they want 2027 to be in their palm. They are doing everything. They are leaving no stone unturned to make sure they achieve their aim come 2027. So NBA is one of those things they want to capture. They have already captured them, but they are making sure that the person who sits on that seat is somebody they can influence, is somebody they can control to achieve their aim come 2027. But that's the truth.
That's the truth. Yes, Sir George, we see you back now. Can you hear us? Can you?
You sound like a DJ, man.
Yes, but it sounds like you're in a big hall doing DJ. We can hear you, but it's echoing like you're mixing some record there. Anyway, are you in a disco club, Sir George? You could be up to some activity. Yeah. Okay, Bidi, thank you for giving us that update. Yes, the NBA is a major. No, Sir George, it still echoes. No, sir, no, sir. It's echoing, and your words might just be going. Oh dear. Okay. So, Bidi, what I'm saying is we need to also look at some indices. The NBA used to have this election every I think it's every 4 years or so, and we know how how important the NBA is in Nigerian governance. So when there is this issue of, we saw the man that was arrested last time. That's the man that will providing the election materials, the people that will be covering the whole thing on tomorrow. And we heard he was arrested and detained, and there was no reason for that. There was no reason for all of those arrests. So, Prof, let's talk about this on the general scale. Is it normal for, like in America, does the government interfere in legal issues that is an independent body of its own? Is it normal to have that situation?
Well, I think that's the operative word: independent body. Independent body. I mean, the NBA has its own laws. It has its own rules. It has its own policies that governs the election, governs the nomination of candidates, and governs the selection of candidates. So, as an independent body, the NBA should be able to stand on its own 2 feet and say, this is who we are, this is what we believe in, and avoid government intervention.
Interference.
Interference, thank you. Thank you, BD. Unfortunately, it sounds like, based on what we hear Ms. BD say, that there has been there are allegations. I mean, I think what has to happen is somebody needs to investigate the allegations and see if they are true. And if the allegations are true, depending on what the laws of the NBA are, I don't know what their laws are. I don't know what their bylaws are because I'm not a lawyer. Even if I was, I'm not a member of the NBA. Depending on what those laws are, we know that sometimes people get sponsored by others to hold particular positions in order to not only to interfere but to have a way of manipulating things that go on or get some insider. And so I think the NBA has to be able to stand on its own merit, on its own independence, and push back on what is going on. Because otherwise, you really don't have an independent authority there. But to your point, no, I mean, independent organizations in the U.S. They are just exactly what they are, independent. Are they perfect? Probably not, but not overt interference like we are hearing happening to the NBA.
Interference. Thank you very much, Prof. Sir George, has it been amended now? Are you okay? Can we hear you say something?
I tried.
Oh dear.
Can you hear me?
It's still happening.
You see what is happening in Nigeria? Like I said earlier, we always like. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Like to the air. NBA is an independent body, and their independence is unnegotiable. And even a lot of lawyers, a lot of sons, people who have passed, who have served in a very big office, have come out to say that NBA independence is unnegotiable. That if you want to contest in the body of NBA, that other lawyers should build for you, not getting an external interference. And what do we have in Nigeria today? We have in Nigeria today where presidency is trying to dictate on who should contest in NBA.
Wow.
And it's not done that way. And that's the problem. And now, if you look at what is happening in NBA, it's exactly what is happening in Nigeria, where the presidency do not want some political parties to be on a ballot paper because they want to narrow the election. They want to program it in their own way. And that's exactly what they are doing in NBA. And some lawyers have come out to say that they will do everything to resist it. Now, my question is what are you doing to resist it? Knowing the kind of country we live in, the presidency, the Astorok are trying to interfere in the administration of NBA. And we all know why they are doing that. They want their own man to sit as the president of Nigerian Bar Association. And we know the reason why they want it, because of 2027. They want somebody who will dictate, like Mahmoud, somebody who will write, who will approve, who will go to tribunal and throw away, judge their cases and give them winning. That's exactly what they are doing. They are planning and manipulating all these things towards 2027. And I want that even when we are talking about it, we should call it the name it is. We should say it the way it is. That's the only way we can make a headway towards this. Thank you.
That's the only way we can make a headway. Strong words.
Yeah. Is it better?
No.
It's not better.
No, it's not. It's just.
And Sajid has a lot to say.
Yes, he does.
Sajid has a lot to say on this issue.
Yes, because he has also some affiliation with the legal system in Nigeria. Okay, Sajid, just fix it. Don't worry. Go off. Come in again, and we'll have you back. We want to hear what you have to say too. So, BD, yes. But before we go on, let me also acknowledge that Dr. Prof, your words in one of the stream talking about Gbajabia Miller, the chief of staff, those words are echoing now. You said it a long time ago, but it is now that some people are bringing it back. So there is some impact that we add to society to people's knowledge through this network. Now you said let him issue that defamation case. What was it again? Something like that. You said, and you said it in a time when nobody thought of that. Nobody said. No, people weren't linking it to that angle. Because he said it as a word. He didn't mean to do it. So when people now made it a statement that was going around social media, now he's thinking of doing it. So that's an acknowledgement. Yes, sir. BD, what you've just said now is real strong. But the NBA has little power when it comes to giving cases. We only know that the Nigerian Bar Authority Association coordinates issues around justice, So, but it's not really that they are appeal court or Supreme Court or any. So, why will I just want to know, curiosity, why will the president want to have his own person there when this is not appeal court, this is not Supreme Court, this is not any of those high courts and all of those places where.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What is appeal court? What is Supreme Court?
Okay.
What are they? All these things embodied in NBA. They are all the same thing. They are all of them is NBA, Nigerian Bar Association. They embody them. So it's justice. The president or the chairman of NBA have a lot of influence in this country. Do you understand? So they know what they are fighting for. And I wish the real NBA members will stand their ground like what they are saying now. They are not really happy about it. They are shouting about interference from the presidency. Now, I want to ask one question. Why is our presidency doing this? Every time, every day. Why do they want to control everything? That's not leadership. Leadership is not control. No, that's not it. They should take a step backwards. That's not how to lead or to rule a country.
That's not.
Bidi. Can you hear me now? Is it better?
Nice, George. Good. We can hear you loud and clear.
Is
Come
it
on.
better? Okay, beautiful.
It's beautiful now.
No, okay. It is so sad. It is so sad that we have gotten ourselves here in this administration. Honestly speaking, there are some things that are unheard of, and it's all happening within our community, especially in the political climate. If influential interests can interfere in the affairs of one of the Nigerians' most professional bodies, what assurance do we have that the 2027 election will be completely insulated from undue influence? You see, what we're seeing here, people that are so desperate, they are willing to do whatever it takes. But that's not the way to run politics. It is so sad. Yes, you can be supporting a party, but when that party is going astray and doing things that is not in line constitutionally, then you are here to do. Allegations alone cannot be proof anyway. Any claim should be investigated fairly, but transparency, accountability, and credible investigation are essential to find out the real truth about this. Public confidence in democratic institutions depends not only on free election, but also on the belief that every process is conducted without intimidation or manipulation. And that's what we're seeing here. What in the world are you going to be doing with NBA? Why are you trying to influence the election of the head? What is that for? It is so sad that we found ourselves here. And it just speaks so low of what Nigeria. The only thing is they're going to come out and say, oh, there is no proof to that. But the point, if it smells like a rat, tastes like a rat, most probably it's a rat. We need to really sanitize our political atmosphere in Nigeria. What we are seeing is so discouraging, especially from a diaspora standpoint. It is sad, honestly
Very
speaking.
true. Yes, very true. Prof,
Yes,
George, you were going to say something. I saw your hands up.
Yeah, I'm thinking that we have the Nigerian Bar Association. I mean, this is a class of legal professionals, people who are the creme de la creme, as you would say. The fact that they cannot push back, they have to be, if the legal people, if the lawyers, many of them in the NBA, some of them are even, some of them are SANs, and that caliber of individuals, they cannot push back against the government and say we are an independent entity and we hold this to be this. These are our guidelines. These are the laws that we stand by. If they cannot, stand by or cannot push back to push back against the government, then who is going to be able to push back? Because these are the people, these are the individuals, these are the professionals that are supposed to be holding the bar for not no pun intended. They're supposed to be holding the bar for the rest of the country.
Integrity.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these are the people we're looking forward to, not the Supreme Court, but the Nigerian Bar Association. These are the people that should be, that should be able to stand for the common man, for the people who have no voice. And if they are not able to do it, then we're in trouble. So, yeah.
But you see, let me tell you something. Let me say something.
Yeah,
you see, what they do usually, they try to push the button. They try to push the button. They try to see whether they can do it. In the past, these things will not be seen. But right now, what they have forgotten is that we are in a new era of technology where it doesn't matter what you do, it can actually come out. And that is what is really frustrating their efforts, because every move they're trying to make to manipulate situations, it comes openly. But the bottom line to it is that they are so crafty in defensive that they are jailing people, trying to put you in prison. But I can guarantee you, if the senior advocates of Nigeria will not stand against this, then we are of all men most miserable. I can say that now. If they conquer this area too, an independent body like SAN, I can tell you, well, it's over for Nigeria. The only thing
one thing I hear people say, yes, sir. Well, one thing I hear people say these days, Nigerians say back around, is nobody is expecting to go to court next year. Nobody is planning that. So the parties, voters, everybody is just going to do their best to get their own satisfaction, because they know that the Nigerians have concluded that the courts are all compromised, that the legal system of Nigeria has been bastardized. That's what the people say. BD, I think, yeah, very shameful.
Nah.
But look at the frustration they're giving to people. They are frustrating people. They are frustrating people that want to get their PVC cards. Can't you see the manipulation there? They are frustrating them. Youths are going to register, and they are frustrating them. You go to most of the INEC centers, it's not open. And when it is open, only one computer is serving more than 300 people. So these are the things the youths are crying about. And that's another manipulative practice, so that people will not register in order to vote. So you see what is going on. All these things that are coming up needs to be investigated. And Nigeria will not stand, because this is a do or die election. Let the right person who actually wins the election, let them win. The best man, let them win. But we already know one of the major problems, we talk transparency, we talk democracy, but in practice, we don't do it. That's the major issue. Yeah, and Nigeria must stand. The only people that can stand against this is the public. They will decide, we die now or we die later. We die later. That's it.
In fact, I don't see election happening. Let me tell you, gentlemen, I don't see election happening. I tell you, I'm seeing the indices, I'm seeing the lines. Go ahead, BD. Go ahead.
I think in this NBA problem, if we can solve this problem very well, we will solve, like 70% of our 2027 coming election. Let me tell you why. And I wish Nigerians would say it the way it is. What is actually happening? The presidency is trying to disqualify the candidates that is running for NBA presidential chairman. Now, they are using courts to disqualify them, then enthroning their own candidates, making sure that their own candidate wins. And you know what that is? Now, Nigerians can actually call this thing the name it is being called, say it the way it is, and address the presidency to step back, because NBA is an independent body. You don't have any rights to interfere and to impose candidates on them. And because Nigerians know why you're trying to impose candidates on them. And if it works, if Nigerians keep quiet or will look away like the way we normally do, and they achieve this their aim, then I think we should just boycott 2027 election. That's just it.
Well, so until now,
the bottom line is
it sounds like it is an allegation, right? It is an allegation. Well, nobody knows what's really happening.
Yes.
So
somebody we can say that Atiku actually is bringing it to the fore. The presidential candidate for ADC. But do we say that he's making it an allegation because he's an opposition, or because but we know somebody was arrested last week, one of the candidates, and I think it was specifically the election server provider, they called him, that was arrested, the managing director of the Nigerian Bar Association election server provider. They detained him for some time and released him. So, gentlemen, let's come down to more on this, and with Atiku Abubakar, the former vice president and ADC presidential candidate. He's bringing out all of these allegations, all of these, he's revealing things happening in the governance. There is also that talk of 6.44 billion Naira World Cup budget. When we didn't go to the World Cup, we didn't win the World Cup. We went there, just like the agency thing too, that presidential agency scandal. Now we're hearing of a World Cup budget. The president is raising this allegation, this alarm, and he says Nigeria needs an independent investigation. Let me come with you, George. This one, still on the same issue, on the same matter. George, a 6.44 billion was earmarked for World Cup.
The real issue is not whether 6.44 billion is too much or too little. It is whether every naira can be justified. Okay, if public money is being spent, Nigeria deserves complete transparency. Government should immediately release the detailed expenditure schedule and subject the allocation to independent scrutiny. This is what the government is all about. Accountability should not be viewed as an attack, but as a constitutional obligation of citizens of Nigeria. It is our obligation to look into. These are taxpayers' money, whether we like it or not. Whether it's oil money or taxpayers' money, it's still Nigerian money. It is still the citizens' money. So must be spent, constitutionally. So at the same time, opposition leaders should avoid turning legitimate questions into political theater. Allegations should be backed by evidence, and investigation should be allowed to proceed objectively. Ultimately, this is about restoring public trust. Whether the investigation clears government officials or uncovers irregularities, Nigerian deserves fact, not politics. In today's economic climate, every billion naira spent by government must be withstand public scrutiny. So the point we are making is this: we are beginning to see a lot of layers upon layers where the government is using, whether it is the people or the civil servant, but our money is draining away. We have a basket, you pour water, pour money in, and it's leaking all over. It must be looked into.
It's leaking all over. We thank God for a time like this, when we also have a network like this that can add to these whole expositions. Prof, it still comes in line with the MBA we're talking about. So many irregularities in governance, so many hidden things. And this has been running for years probably, but now they are all coming to the fore. What will you say of this plan to a budget to have 6.4 billion for the World Cup that we didn't go to? And who is that money meant for? Similar thing like the presidential agency scandal. What do you have on this? Have you heard that news?
Yeah, I think 6 billion, even if it's 1 billion, really, it just disappear, vanish, poof, just like that. I mean, somebody has to be held accountable for sure. What was the budget earmarked for? Who was supposed to be responsible to disbursing that money? We did not show up in the World Cup. We did not even qualify for first round. We did not even come out of the continent. So who was responsible for that money? Where did it go? Who did they give the money to? I mean, how many players did we have? How many people participated? How many matches did we play? How much did we spend per match? And so I think it's very simple. I mean, follow the money. Where did the money go? Who got the money? Where was it spent? I mean, this should not be it should not be rocket science. We can't pretend that nobody was responsible for spending the money. Obviously, somebody was responsible for something. Let's see who it is. This should not be too difficult to figure out where did the money go. Who got the money? Who signed the checks? Who signed the checks? I mean, they should be able to find this out very easily if they want to do it. So somebody has to have the will and the courage to investigate. Let everybody know what's going on. 6 billion, and yet we could not qualify. Come on,
BD. I want you to take the last take on this because you're there and you bring your own very deep view. Let's hear this. 6 billion for World Cup budget, and we don't know how.
6.44 billion. We're not talking about who has it or who has taken it or how it was spent. We are talking about the corruption in the presidency. Because Nigeria disqualified in November 2025, and this budget was inserted in 2026. So it was a deliberate action. Who inserted it? Who approved it? What was that money meant for? Because the money, what that money was meant for, has already been gone since 2025. But they still went ahead, inserted it, and got it approved. So who is with the money? So if we actually want to get to the root of this, we should start from the presidency, the Senate, the NANS. They should tell us, when you were deliberating on this budget, you knew that Nigeria has been disqualified. What was your intention for inserting it? What was your intention for approving it? And what was it meant for? So, sometimes to get to the root of these issues are very easy, but then we as a people would like to run around issues because we don't want to say the truth.
The problem we have in Nigeria, and let's be clear, is that the same way somebody is trying to put sand in their NBA in their pocket. That is exactly what DSS is. DSS is just this DSS, the Financial Crimes Commission Agency. All of them, they are not independent. They are tools, political tools, to hide things, to manipulate things, to intimidate things. And this is one of the major issues we're having in our country. We must sanitize that country. We must sanitize that country, whether we like it or not, because Nigeria cannot continue to go in this manner. If it's going, we're going to crash land. Therefore, the citizenry must rise up and say no to this nonsense that is going on. Yeah. There's a bunch of people, man. How many of them? How can the whole nation bow to this number of criminals? You call them what? If there are individuals that are criminal in the government, they need to be sought out. We cannot condemn the whole entire institution, but let's find them out and put them, make sure that they face the justice. Because right now, all you're seeing, they have loopholes layers of loopholes where money is sifting out. Originally, it used to go, nobody looks into it, but right now, people are enlightened. They are seeing all these critical little foxes that is destroying the whole entire nation. It must be done. Nigerians cannot be blindfolded anymore.
So you can see a common thread here. So if what Ms. Bibi was saying is true, which is this was a budget item that was approved after the fact, there's really no difference between this behavior and the fake agency.
Agencies, the same
They're
thing.
essentially the same.
They're
The
the same.
behavior is exactly the same thing. You are funding an event that is not really happening. That is fake in itself. It's fraud. That's what it is. And so the minister for sports, I think there's a minister for sports, has to be called into Congress to account for this money. What happened to it? Who signed for it? Who put it in the budget? And how was it spent? That is where this whole thing can start from. Get the minister to come and explain.
And gentlemen, on top of this, the sad thing is we don't know how long all of this has been running in
if
Nigeria.
we are actually a democratic.
Okay. Go ahead, BD. Go ahead.
If we are truly a democratic society, after everything, the Senate, the NANS, everything, the ministers, this budget will be presented to the NANS by presidency. Now, we should question our presidents. What did you present to be approved? Are you telling us you don't know that there is an insertion that is not needed with such amount of money, 6.44 billion? Many Nigerian children are out of school. Many Nigerians are homeless. Many Nigerians are dying on a daily basis because they cannot afford food and good health care. And you are approving 6.44 billion naira for an event that is not meant to take place. So if we're really a democratic system of government, the presidency should be the first to question before you get to the minister and others. But we wouldn't do it.
No, the point is this: the House is complicit. The House has become a rubber stamp, and that is one of the major issues. It's corruption all over the place. We must not allow this to happen. We have to cry out. The only problem we have, next week another one will come. It's like a tsunami that is going now. This one will come, it rains, the another one will come and overtake it. Nobody's talking about the other one anymore. You see, this one is about to take over for the fake agency. And that's exactly one of the major issues. Nobody will come back and say, what happened to the fake agency? It's going to die down in a few minutes, and then some people will be taken and jailed for something that they did not know. And they will remain there because they're trying to hide some things. No, we need to sanitize our political system in Nigeria. We need to rebaptize it, because what is happening right now, it is not politics, it's not democracy. It's not democracy. Let's be for real. Because we're seeing democracy in foreign lands where we are. So compared to what is going on in Nigeria, it's shambolic. It doesn't make any sense. It's time to rise up to ensure that the system is sanitized. What we are fighting for is not individuals. We are fighting for the system. Because if the system is messed up, we are all completely gone. And we must not allow it.
So while we are here talking about all of this, I saw something this morning, which I just forwarded to the other group. The Senate president. This is so. My brother Sir George is talking about transparency and accountability. The Senate president, the number 3 man in the country, or probably one of the most powerful people in the country, says he has never seen a Senate budget. Think about that. He has never seen a Senate. Exactly. He has never seen a Senate budget. But in other words, if I want to translate that in the way I hear that, he has never seen a Senate budget. So the Senate operates on infinity. There's no budget, just continue to operate. Money just flows in. They do whatever they want to do, how they want to do it. And I mean, is that reasonable when he has never seen a Senate budget?
Hmm.
They just spent. So now you talk about where did that 6 billion go? Into thin air. Where did the fake agency? So all this stuff they are doing, there's a whole hierarchy of irresponsibility.
Yeah.
A hierarchy of irresponsibility that needs to be
No,
addressed in
you see,
in our system.
yesterday they were announcing Malawi, the properties. How many? 48
Yes. Yeah.
properties
48,
that
yes.
was,
Mhm,
the
mhm.
government took over from.
Yes,
So
yes.
do you see why Buhari might be there talking about corruption and that he was fighting corruption? The people under him were stealing us blind. Can you imagine?
That's his son-in-law. That's his son-in-law. Malami was his son-in-law, married to his daughter, and also his tribesman.
Can
Close.
you imagine?
Yeah.
So, but when you talk about accountability, so the 48 properties they have seized, what is going to happen to them? Who's going to take control of the property? What are they going to auction them? Are they going to sell them? And if they do sell, where does the money go? Who's going to keep the money? I mean,
Let
yeah,
me
Miss
answer
Bibi.
that.
Yes, Bidi.
Yes.
Go ahead, Bidi.
They are going to share within themselves. It's been a culture. Remember Malami? Malami saw or ordered the forfeiture of many people when he was in power. And the Olusukomi is ordering his own forfeiture now. And let me tell you, another son will order the forfeiture of Olusukomi's property when he leaves office. It's a pattern. It's a culture in the Nigerian political terrain. And it will continue going that way because they don't know what nothing will happen. Even Malami, he's not moved. You see, half of these properties that showed us, many half will still go back to him. It is a Nigeria that I know. Many will still go back to him. He will move on. Nothing
But
will
that
happen,
should,
and people will
yeah.
keep doing it until we change our system.
It's not the system. Let's address that. Well, the system, people operate the system, and it is the people that have the power to make the system behave the way they want the system to behave. Because the culture is in the behavior is in the people, the culture of corruption is in the people. Until our value system changes, nothing is going to change. And so already, Ms. Bibi doesn't even believe that anybody will see the 48 properties that were seized from Malami, because somebody is going to get into it, and maybe somebody will go and get money from him and start buying them back and find a way. I don't know. So I mean, I mean, the whole thing is just so unbelievable. Not This is
The
not
whole
what
the, the whole thing is just so unbelievable. Gentlemen,
yes.
today has been a serious one. There's also a lady called Aisha Bidi. There's this lady called Aisha something, Machundo or so, that also has so much billions under her sleeves that they say it's fraudulent activities. Da da da. Do you have that story, Bidi? Okay, but it's not even a major thing to discuss
Which
today.
Aisha?
There's a
Which
lady
Aisha?
called,
Is it the Lagos Aisha?
yes, the lady
Is it
Lagos
the Lagos Aisha? The story has been on for like 2 years now. Yeah?
Okay.
Is it the one you're talking
That's,
about?
yes,
The
they
one
say
we are
she,
working with Lagos State government, the one that is working with Lagos
yes,
State government,
yes, yes,
Babajide
yes.
Sanwo-Olu.
Uh-huh.
He works with presidency to move money,
Okay.
to move money. So see, this case of Aisha has been on for like 2 years. You remember last year she had her
Birthday,
birthday in which
birthday
country?
party.
In which country was it?
Yes, one
That's
of those
all all the
Caribbean.
governors, the senators,
Mhm,
the House of Rep members were in that country. And the
mhm.
people in
There
that
you go.
country, they were giving them dollars. The least people they were dashing people was $500, $1,000, Nigerian money. Do you understand? They took our economy and went to, I can't remember the name of that country. So
Yeah, yes,
her case has been
an
on for
island,
2 years.
in
Ehen.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Her
Yes.
case has been on for 2 years and nothing will come out of it because the presidency, Lagos state governments were using her. So nothing will happen.
Wow.
That's just it.
Wow.
All right, gentlemen, lady, sad story there coming out from our country, but there will be a change someday, very
Now
soon.
let me tell you one story. Let me
Yes,
let me
that's
tell, do you know that Aisha? Do you know that Aisha? I actually know her in person. I met her once. It was during 2023 general election. We were in a hotel. We went to see a particular, I will not mention their name. And the lady came. Immediately she came, they walked all of us out. I said the most important person has come. And when that news broke, I was like, Nigeria, forget it. Nothing will happen. And the lady know, she's living her life, enjoying herself. She knows nothing will happen. The presidency, the Lagos State is got her back.
interesting. All right, Sir George, let's go. It's been a beautiful day, even though what we're saying is a little bit sad, very, very sad that our country is caught up in all of this quagmire, madness.
And
But let's have
can we leave on a positive note? We're World Cup on Sunday. Spain versus Brazil.
I tell you.
So who will win? Let's do a bet. Let's do a bet. Who will win?
I think it's going to be very. I think it's
no.
going to be very.
There's going to be money. There's going to be money attachment to it. There's going to be money attachment to it.
I think Yamil. It is going to be his coming out party.
Yes,
so it's time
Yamil.
for Messi to let somebody else.
Shine.
You know, take over. So
Spain.
Yamil and Spain should come on top.
So who do you say? By one goal. Who do you say, Billy? Who do you say?
Massive, who do you say?
No,
Spain.
Stop. You're the one. You're the one talking about money must be involved.
Let's put money. Let's put money.
Let's put money.
Let's put money.
I will speak. How much are we putting?
I don't. Well, that's not legal where I am.
How much are we putting?
So who are you for? Who? No, who are you for now? Tell us your team. Who's your team?
No, let's put money. I'm going for Argentina. I don't know why.
She looks like a messy. She looks like a messy girl.
Yes,
of course. I'm a Messi boy.
Anyway,
I'm a Messi boy because I have a very close friend of mine, Maximiliano. I met him in Argentina. So we've been discussing this.
Messi have my vote anytime, any day. Messi is going. Messi has
I think
it's Yami. How much are we putting? The person that
wins Yami's turn.
10,000.
No, let's put more cash to this betting now.
You bet. Tell us how much.
100,000.
100,000. You will release that money, oh. You will release it, oh.
I'll release it.
I will release it.
I will release it.
And there will not be any discussion. You will just release it.
Yes.
You release it, oh. Okay. Then we too will release our own, oh. We too will release our own, George, oh. George will release our own, oh. All right, gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you, Sir George. We are happy you made it through, regardless of that small hitch. BD, good one from your end. But let's. What matters in all of our updates is following up. They might want to silence all of those issues. The fake presidential agency, these football World Cup budget. All of those stories. But what we will do here is keep following those trends so that we don't become part of them and get all this news silenced like they normally do. So, George, we'll be saying it. We'll continue saying it until we see
something is done about it.
Something is done about it. Because that's the power we have here now. So, on this note, George, thank you very much. Do you want to say the last word?
Yes, right, so I will continue to pray for the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for the sanitization of our nation and the transparency. Father, anybody and any institution that is actually stealing money from us, bringing corruption to us, expose them and eliminate them. That our country will continue. When the righteous are in authority, the people will rejoice. So right now, we are praying that you will expose every loophole that the government has, as you have been doing, so that our country, all the loopholes that they're stealing money from will be covered. And the government will run efficiently and effectively for the good of the people and unto your glory. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you,
Amen.
George. Bye-bye.
Right. Bye.